Over the course of America's Next Top Model's many seasons, hopeful models-to-be go through photo shoots, modeling lessons, and lots of tissues. But if there's one aspect per season that stands out, it's the makeover. Here are the best and worst makeovers in America's Next Top Model history. America's Next Top Model's Bianca Golden took a seat in the Ken Pavis salon chair ready to fulfill Tyra Banks' vision of her as a Beyoncé-like blonde, only to be told that her natural hair was fully damaged. Despite the long locks she was supposed to have, Golden's hair had to be completely shaved.
This is emotional, this is really hurting me. I feel defeated.
Golden was told that her short buzz cut would make wearing wigs easy, which would allow versatility in her modeling career. But when she put on a wig for the first time, she didn't feel good about it. Instead of the luscious locks that Banks had envisioned for this model, Golden took to her post-makeover photo shoot rocking her short hair. Golden stated, "It's a nice wig, but it just doesn't make me feel like myself. So for now, I'm just getting used to this look." Was it the easiest makeover process? No, but Golden looked stunning after her transformation, and she made it all the way to the final four. Cassandra Whitehead was not the first America's Next Top Model contestant to receive a pixie cut, but her flat-out rejection of the look resulted in her departure from the show. After her makeover, Whitehead found herself on a photo shoot set faced with a request from Jay Manuel, the shoot's art director, to cut another inch of hair off. Whitehead would not budge. Whitehead said in a Cycle 5 episode, "It wasn't just cutting an inch and a half of hair for me, it was the last straw of them completely trying to change who I was." The choice got her kicked off set, and she eventually left the competition. She told TV Guide that she saw her long hair as a form of self-expression. She went on to say, "I think long hair is classic and feminine and has a lot more versatility. You can do just about anything with it, whereas right now I'm stuck with hair that's difficult to do anything with." Her negative makeover experience and rejection of the look solidified her as one of Top Model's least successful transformations. But despite leaving the show, Whitehead went on to become one of the most successful America's Next Top Model contestants ever. Model Kayla Ferrel came to America's Next Top Model with bouncy blonde curls and strict makeover orders from her girlfriend.
Come home with red hair and don't come home bald, so I may be single after this.
Her makeover turned her from an everyday blonde to a bold redhead with bangs. Unlike some of her fellow contestants and former Top Model hopefuls, Ferrel was convinced that the show-stopping transformation was worth it. She said during her makeover, as her hair was dyed and her eyebrows bleached, "This is what's gonna take you to the next level. I don't understand why people cry. I don't understand why people get upset." Ferrel's transformation was one of the boldest and most daring of the season, and her post-makeover photo shoot stood out from the crowd. She said, "Personally, I love my hair. I think that the boldness, the brightness, meshes perfectly with who I am." Ferrel made it far in the competition, and she tied for third place with contestant Jane Randall. Unlike her fellow contestants, who received the entirety of their makeovers in a beauty salon, Cycle 15 competitor Chelsey Hersley began hers at a dentist's office. Tyra Banks saw Hersley not only as an icy blonde, but as a model with an intentional gap between her two front teeth. Hersley came to the competition with a slight gap between her teeth already, but Banks decided to go all in and make Hersley's teeth more distinct. She ultimately had a 1/4 of a millimeter shaved off of each front tooth, widening the small gap she already had. Hersley said of the decision in the season's makeover episode, "I will do anything that she thinks looks good. The competition is so big and intense, and the stakes are so high that I take it really seriously." But Banks' choice to permanently alter a contestant's dentistry has remained one of the most controversial choices in America's Next Top Model history. A pixie cut will grow back, and a weave can come off or be redone, but a widened tooth gap is forever. Unlike some girls who experienced subtle changes or downright awful makeovers, Brittani Kline received one of America's Next Top Model's most iconic transformations.
Right now I'm just kind of plain Jane and I blend in with everybody, and they know what it takes to make someone stand out and look like a model, so I fully trust them.
Kline went from small-town girl to runway ready with an angular, bold, cropped cut and bangs. She worked with the angle of her new haircut while posing for her photo shoot after a makeover, making a serious impression. She said, "I definitely don't feel like myself anymore. I'm a whole new person." Kline went on to win Top Model that year, scoring a photo shoot with Italian Vogue and making it on the cover of the publication's Beauty and Vogue supplement. It's no secret that the recipient of a weave needs to have a pain-tolerant scalp and hair ready to withstand the process. But America's Next Top Model contestant Molly O'Connell didn't fit the bill. Tyra Banks wanted to create the "what if Diana Ross was a blonde" look she had envisioned. O'Connell went along with it, but her slippery, fine hair was not ideal for a successful weave. In light of the situation, the stylist created a specific net for O'Connell's hair and went ahead with the look. O'Connell said during the process, "I'm realizing that this is kind of looking a little weird. It was just not looking like what a weave should look like." O'Connell revealed that she loved the idea of big blonde hair, but the realities were not living up to her expectations.
My hair is disgusting. My whole head hurts.
Despite the hair disaster, O'Connell didn't let it get her down. She was the runner-up of her cycle, coming in second to Brittani Kline. Before her America's Next Top Model makeover, Shandi Sullivan looked like an awkward high school student. Adorned with ill-fitting glasses, a thick headband, and mousy brown hair, Sullivan didn't look like she had what it took to make it far in the top model competition. But a daring makeover can change everything, and Sullivan experienced the works.
Everything just looks so good. Everything's come together, and I feel so pretty right now.
With the help of Tyra Banks, Sullivan went from your average girl next door to a bouncy blonde bombshell. And with the help of contacts, Sullivan really transformed in front of the eyes of fellow contestants. Gone was any semblance of awkwardness, and Sullivan emerged as a gorgeous model and a real contender for the title. She eventually came in third in her season, but has since left the modeling business. The 18th cycle of America's Next Top Model pitted American and British models against each other, with each team vying for international domination. While some models received makeovers with cotton candy pink hair and/or cuts, U.S. contestant Laura LaFrate was in for a hair disaster that took patriotism too far. Unlike her fellow competitors who managed to come out of the salon looking fashion-forward, LaFrate was the recipient of chunky clip-in red and blue highlights, all but making her hair an American flag. Her frizzy brown hair was dyed blonde, and the richly pigmented clip-in colors resembled hair pieces preteens bought at Claire's rather than a professional look. Although the top model panelists said that LaFrate's look made her look like a rock star bride, the makeover hasn't aged well and is the pinnacle of a mid-2000s hair faux pas. Despite the hair catastrophe, LaFrate went on in the competition and eventually placed second. A short pixie cut quickly became one of Tyra Banks' go-to looks for models who could bring the extra edge to the runway, and contestant McKey Sullivan was no exception. Her run-of-the-mill red hair was tired and not working in her favor. Banks said in the Cycle 11 makeover episode, "McKey, our little rough girl with the red hair. She can have any hair in the world. Let's give her black, short hair." Her wishes were met, and Sullivan's already short red locks were chopped and transformed into a shiny black pixie cut that quickly elevated her from everyday girl to drop-dead gorgeous model. Banks clearly knew what she was doing with Sullivan's look. The model wore her short hair all the way to the cycle's finale and became the winner. She left the competition with a stunning portfolio of work and went on to participate in New York Fashion Week. The dramatic choice to give contestant Denzel Wells facial hair not only resulted in one of the worst makeovers in America's Next Top Model history, but the dramatics around the decision took over the 21st Cycle's makeover episode, The Guy Who Gets a Beard Weave. Wells was already known for having a thing for drama, as he had clashed with creative consultant Yu Tsai on set the previous day, but hoping to put the past behind him, Wells embraced his makeover.
I'm sitting here and I'm nervous because everybody wants to know, what is this going to look like?
He embraced his new full facial hair fairly quickly, but the beard's obvious adhesion lines and overall fake quality made the look pretty cringeworthy. Tyra Banks later admitted that the beard was not the right shape for Wells's face, which resulted in a do-over. Whitney Thompson made history on America's Next Top Model by being one of the only plus-size models to ever compete, and her bombshell look was made whole when her shoulder-length brown hair was transformed. Using a weave, Thompson was given luscious, bold blonde locks with a lot of volume, boosting her on-camera confidence. She expressed her love for the show-stopping transformation, saying, "This new look fits my personality. Inside, I'm super bubbly and girly." Without a doubt, Thompson's change was one of the most incredible transformations from America's Next Top Model makeovers. Thompson ultimately became the first plus-size winner of Top Model. She told HuffPost in 2018, "When I won, Tyra cried, and I remember this was maybe a year after her swimsuit photos surfaced and she was fat-shamed, thinking that my win personally affected her." When the Cycle 20 contestants rolled up to the salon on America's Next Top Model, the models were curious as to what their makeovers would entail. Some got hair color changes, one received a completely shaved head, and some even endured leg waxing. But Phil Sullivan's look took the cake when the top model team decided to give him extensions.
They decided they would add hair and go with the Jesus look. Not good.
Anxiously awaiting, he said, "What are they doing to me?" Things were not looking good during the transformation, and Sullivan was told to be patient and breathe through the makeover process, although he was ultimately pleased with the, quote, Jesus Surfer Tarzan hairstyle by the end. The look quickly solidified itself as one of the worst top model makeovers due to its fake quality and unflattering shape. Sullivan went on to have a successful modeling career after leaving Top Model, and he traded his long locks for a now iconic bushy beard. Sullivan told the Boston Globe, "I stand out everywhere I go. People look at me funny. They say, 'Dude, I love your beard.' Straight guys have man crushes and always want to touch my beard." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.